Welcome back to A View to a Grill. I'm Johnny. Today, I'm going to give you a little tour of all of my grills. First up, I'm going to show you all of my Weber kettles. Here is my 26-inch Weber kettle with a custom table. The table is 6 foot in length with an epay top. Now let's take a look under the hood of my 26-inch Weber kettle. I have the Slow and Sear charcoal basket for the 26-inch kettle, and I also have the Craycourt cast iron grill grates. Now I built this table about 4 years ago, and every now and then I have to refinish it, and right now it needs some refinishing. I don't use it as often as I used to, but this thing has been through it, man. It is a Hurricane Harvey survivor, and it has a few little nicks and dings in it, but I still absolutely love it. Now let's take a look at the smallest kettle I have, and it is the 14-inch Smokey Joe Premium. Under the hood, this is not your average Smokey Joe Premium setup. I have a charcoal basket with a divider, and I also have a steel sear plate / heat deflector. Now when I'm setting this up, I'll usually put this aluminum pizza pan right on top of that, and then I'll put in my custom stainless steel grate. And you see what's going on here. This is for Kamado style cooking on a 14-inch grill. Now here is my work in progress 22-inch kettle on a custom table and cart. The cart is by BBQ Grills. It's their off-road cart. Now I also use the stainless steel shelf things where it has a little latch and I can fold the tabletop. And when determining the size of the tabletop, I just went by the Weber Kettle Premium cover. Now let's take a look at my standard Weber Kettle Premium. I actually have some ribs going on right now. Let's take a look. Inside, you'll find my Slow and Sear Deluxe and some Killa Grilla grill grates. Having a table for your Weber kettle just raises your grilling experience. It makes it more enjoyable. This table is metal, so you have a place to stick your thermometer if it has a magnet on it. And this table also comes with 3 barbecue tool hooks. Now, as far as the Weber kettles go, I think this one is actually the best value for your money. Now let me show you a not so common grill, and this is the Old Smokey. Old Smokies are made in Houston, Texas. I have a small one, which is about the size of a Smokey Joe, and I have a large one, which is about the size of a 22-inch Weber kettle. Both of these Old Smokies are very affordable. As a matter of fact, if you're going to, say, the beach in Galveston, you'll see these in every seawall grocery store, selling them to the tourists so they can have something to grill on for their day on the island. They have a very simple charcoal pan on the bottom, and the grill grates are really thin. You'll have to replace them a lot. And underneath it has this very simple sliding air control system. And everything is held on by the screws that you screw the legs on with. The bottom grate sits right on top of these screws, and the grill grate also sits right on top of the screws. The top vent system is also just these sliding levers. Just to give you a better visual of the size, this is the large one, and the Weber kettle lid fits right on top. Now let's take a look at my Golden's cast iron Kamados. First up is the small one. It's 14 inches and it's known as the little brother. It has wooden handles, and to me it's very Art Deco, mid-century modern. Now this thing is heavy, and if I want to move it or spin it, I just put mine on a Lazy Susan. I also like to keep it level, especially if I'm using the sear plate, so I just put these shims under it to level it off. Now if we take a look inside, you see the sear plate. This little pit gives you a lot of cooking options, and I use the sear plate a lot. It has 2 cast iron grill grates, which if you had 4, you can actually stack them 2 high, and it also has a cast iron firebox. The bottom vent is stainless steel and slides easily, and the top vent has a single pivot point held on by a stainless steel screw. Also, this little Kamado is made right here in the USA by Golden's Cast Iron. This happens to be my favorite cooker in the backyard. I have the most fun with this little cooker. Now let's swing over to the large Golden's Cast Iron Kamado. This Kamado comes in at 20.5 inches and is also known as the Big Brother. And just working our way up, we have the shelf and cart system. And now let's take a look under the hood. Here you can see the sear plate slash heat deflector and 4 cast iron grill grates. Everything you notice about the Golden's Cast Iron Kamado is their design in simplicity. Just the way they design their grill grates and the way they stack on each other without any extra parts needed. It is simply 4 grill grates that you can stack on each other. And now you have 4 levels of cooking. And then just use your imagination on how you would cook on this. And the reason why you can fit all of this under the lid is because of all of this vertical space. Look at this. If I put this measuring tape in the top vent, you've got 14 inches between the normal setting of the grill grate and the top of the Kamado. And then if you measure from the bottom grill grate, well, add another 2 inches to that and you have 16 inches of vertical space. Out of all the cookers I have in my backyard, this is the one I use the most. The Golden's Cast Iron large Kamado, known as the Big Brother. Well, I also have another kettle, but it is the Slow & Sear travel kettle. Basically, the Slow & Sear travel kettle, you use it just like you would your Weber kettle. Slow & Sear said, hey, we got all of these people making these modifications to their Weber kettle. We're going to make a product where you don't have to modify it at all. They put the thermometer right by the top vent. Slow & Sear also included a lid bail for your lid. They also included an easy spin grill grate with a large opening for your Slow & Sear charcoal basket. They have a very simple to use bottom vent and ash removal system, a handle with a heat deflector, and a place to snap on that lid bail so it makes the travel kettle easy to carry around. There is a thermometer hole on the side of the travel kettle and a smoke hole that you can attach your temperature controllers, and just like you see here on my Instagram page. Now if you're on Instagram, go over View to a Grill, one word, give me a quick follow and I will appreciate that a whole bunch. And now let's talk about my Z Grills pellet grills. First up, I have the Cruiser 200A, which is their tailgating pellet grill. This is really a good grill that I don't get a chance to use as often as I would like to. It comes with a thermometer probe and porcelain covered grill grates, and the pellet hopper is a little bit bigger than you might think. It has an easy 1-dial temperature controller, and it also has these little latches that will lock the lid shut when moving around. Now let's take a look at the Z Grills multitasker 705 2B with Wi-Fi. Now this grill I really enjoy using a lot. It has a large 20+ pound hopper, and if we open the lid you'll see 2 levels of cooking. The top grate is easily removable and it slides back and forth. It has these brushed stainless steel handles and then these brushed stainless steel accents on the lid. The Z Grills multitasker 705B sits on 4 casters, 2 of which are locking. And it also has a very solidly mounted front table. And last but not least, my offset smoker. I have my offset smoker sitting all the way in the back of my backyard in the corner. This offset smoker was built for me by my dad, and he still makes these today. Here he is at 80 years old building an offset smoker. Now he's 81. I actually have 3 very large oak trees in my backyard, and whenever I have my oak trees trimmed, I save the larger branches so that I can use them to smoke with. This smoker is just a backyard smoker, and I can comfortably fit 2 briskets with no problem. The food it produces, well, take a look at this. That brisket looks delicious. And there you have it. All of my grills that I currently have in my backyard Now, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, just think of all the stuff you're missing. Why would you want to miss this? Go ahead, take a minute, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching a View to a Grill. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, y'all.